Welcome everyone to Finding Life. My name is Jeff Lowen, and we help you find life, enjoy life, and win in life. We are into episode number 6, talking about some wealth creation, another tip called Gathered by Labor. Gathered by Labor. And that is from Proverbs chapter 13, verse 11. It says, "Wealth gained by dishonesty will be diminished, but he who gathers by labor will increase." He who gathers by labor will increase. Increase what? Will increase wealth. Increase wealth. So, I remember years, it's probably 20, in that ballpark, 22, 23 years ago, I was pastoring in Sarnia, and the Lord brought this scripture to my attention. Matter of fact, He caused it to almost make it jump out. I read it. I was reading through this chapter, so it must have been the 13th of whatever month it was. I was just kind of reading through this chapter, and the verse just it didn't necessarily highlight, but I sensed that there was something more to it. It began to the Lord really caused it to stand out and grab my attention. Okay. And as I began to read it, and I began to think about it, and I began to pray about it, and to see how it connected with my life, how it fit, or in this case, it didn't fit. Because it said, listen, he who gathers by labor will increase. And I thought, okay, now I can work a 40-hour week, or I can work a 70 or 80-hour week. And you know what? Because I'm paid by salary, it makes no difference to me. So this verse, I thought this verse doesn't apply to my situation, my circumstance, because the amount of labor that I put in really makes no difference to my increase or my wealth or my income, because I'm paid by salary. So I thought, okay, there's got to be more to this than just my situation and circumstance, right? There's got to be more to this than that. And so the fact that it says we need to gather by labor means that there's going to be work and there's going to be effort involved, right? Gather by labor. There's going to be work and effort. So the word labor means this in the Hebrew. The word labor can also be translated as open hand, handiwork, order, force, serve, ministry, dominion, and fellowship. Open hand, handiwork, order, force, serve, ministry, dominion, and fellowship. So I began to see that he's not necessarily just talking about a job. It was something beyond my job. It was something bigger than my job. It was something more than just a job. You know, because what? You throw in some extra overtime hours. You throw in some extra, you get a second job. I mean, is that what he's talking about for us? And that's not what he's talking about. It's not what he's talking about. There's something more to creating wealth than just adding more hours. He talks about open hand. Well, what does open hand mean? Well, open hand, it would be the opposite of closed hand, right? A closed hand would be selfishness. A closed hand would be just really self-centered selfishness, greed. You know, there's no giving, there's no serving, there's no ministering, there's no adding value. So an open hand would mean what? Serving and adding value to others, rather than the opposite. Serving and adding value to others. Handiwork. Handiwork would have to do with just being creative, creating stuff, developing stuff, designing stuff, building stuff, assembling stuff. It's such a vast thing, and it may include a job. So there's the business ideas, creativity, side hustle, side part-time type stuff, or the full-time type stuff. It's just handiwork. Handiwork is a way to create wealth. creating, building, designing, and assembling stuff. What about order? Well, order is understanding how to follow orders or how to follow instructions. But not only follow instructions, in order for us to be effective in communicating and giving orders or managing, owning, supervising, working and dealing with people, in order for us to effectively serve and help and administer other people, we also need to know and first understand how to take orders, how to take instructions. So it would be following instructions, and then the ability to clearly and effectively be able to communicate direction and instruction to others. Okay, so sometimes these things are not automatic. These are skill sets that we need to develop and grow in. What else do we see? We see force. So force just means it requires strength and it requires effort. Force. In other words, it's going to require some work and some effort and some strength involved in this. And then service and ministry. Service and ministry means it's not about me. It's not about us, but it is about others. It's about serving and adding value to others. How can we serve and add value to people on a higher level than we are right now? What do we have? What has God deposited into us to serve and help add value to others? Right? Dominion. Dominion. What is dominion? Dominion is our becoming an expert in a field. If we want to have dominion and we want to have influence in what we say, influence in our ability to serve and add value to others, we're going to need to be an expert. And being an expert doesn't mean that we have to be the best, but it just means we need to be the best we can be. We need to develop, we need to grow, we need to learn, we need to develop this skill set to where we're very good at what we do. We're an expert. We have dominion in the field. Okay? It's not just something we came up with last week. Well, we've put some time and effort and years. What are some things that we're already good at? What are some things that you're already good at? What are some things that you've already spent years at developing? That you have some dominion in. You have some influence. You actually have some expertise in. Solving problems. An expert in our field and solving problems. What do you have that solves a problem? What do you know that can solve a problem? How can you solve a certain problem? This is having dominion, being able to solve problems, having answers. And then fellowship, labor, and he talks about these words for the word labor. Fellowship. Fellowship has to do with connecting people. Fellowship has to do with working with people, working with teams, and also I think having fun. So connecting people, working with people, putting people together, causing them to accomplish and do something, the ability to move and motivate and direct people, and having fun, and enjoying fellowship. There's this connection that's being made. Fellowship. In other words, we're moving in the same direction. A group of people, a team, a company, a tribe, a family. You know, we're moving in the same direction. Fellowship. And so these are just a few more keys. Wealth creation. This one here, episode number 6, is about gathering by labor. And so I hope you grabbed a few tips out of this episode today. So thank you. We love you. God bless. And we will see you next time.